guys, welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Next up today we're going to take a look at a figure which is kind of from the Legend Star Wars continuity. It's a character we all know and love, and that is Obi Wan Kenobi in his Clone Armour from the original Star Wars Clone Wars series in the Black Series line. Now before we look at him in detail, we'll take a look at the packaging. This one comes in. Usual display box as normal, and there's nothing much new to talk about really. It's an exclusive, so there's no set number on the box there, just the title of the character, but some great artwork on the back again, once again by Gregory Titus. And this is of course incorporating something we haven't actually seen in live action on screen in Star Wars, with live action face being Ewan McGregor's face there, but then of course the as you see in that one there, clone armour that he's wearing underneath, and basically it's a more realistic interpretation as to what we've seen. There's a quick look there at the bio if you just want to quickly pause the video and read that, just make sure that the camera is focusing on it. But yeah, if you want to read that, you can. But yeah, that's the packaging, nothing much different between that and most of the packagings really. But we do get to the figure now, and this is a great figure, and it does surprise me Hasbro chose to do this a little bit, considering the Star Wars Clone Wars is not really isn't canon anymore, and they've tended to focus more towards the canon stuff. But it's nice to see that they're not neglecting it. That's to say, because the only real Legends releases we've had since the canon conversion have been Jaina Solo and Darth Revan. So we've got a brand new edition, and the first thing I do want to notice in there is the photoreal face, which excellently captures Ewan McGregor's face there. It's like it makes this Black Series figure a cross between someone from Hot Toys and NECA. It's sort of like that, and it's more worth the while to buy it like that. And so this isn't actually the first figure of this version of Obi-Wan I'm actually giving you a look at on the channel, because way back in 2013, one of the very first figures I gave you all a review of was this, and that was the Legacy Collection Clone Armour Obi-Wan. I do actually have this out on display. I have it sort of on its own right now. I don't really have any droids to put with it, but I'll still hope to. I'm looking at getting a little display somewhere with this to make it look awesome. But yeah, this is one of the OG figures from the early days of my YouTube channel back in 2013, a long time ago now. But yeah, that's something else that I just thought I'd show quickly there. But as I said, this is not from the Clone Wars line that the TV series we all know and love. This is from the one that was titled Star Wars Clone Wars. This was a 2D animated series that was created by George Lucas, but also in part by Genndy Tartakovsky, who is responsible for shows like Dexter's Laboratory and the Hotel Transylvania movies. So you got some idea. Oh yeah, it was a Cartoon Network series, so you do have that. But capturing the real life likeness of Obi-Wan, this has done a good job for. There is one little nitpick I do have to give for this figure, is that they've modelled the face after Obi-Wan in his Revenge of the Sith variant, because there's the original Obi-Wan from the earlier line without the photoreal face, and there he is there. Whereas if you've watched the series, you'll be aware that the Obi-Wan is actually modelled after the Attack of the Clones line. So, but considering that it's not canon anymore, I think Hasbro have just decided to use the sort of creative freedom they can have for it and just make him the Episode 3 variant styled. But there is an Episode 2 Obi-Wan coming out very soon in the Black Series that's being unveiled. I've seen pictures of it. I'll hope to get it in the future, as well as Anakin's coming as well. So there's two of those, as well as Count Dooku. So there should be plenty more Attack of the Clones to add to the collection now. So that's going to be great to come when it all arrives. I'll do a quick rundown of the articulation. You have a ball jointed neck and a ball hinge, of course, so you can look up and all around. Ball jointed shoulders, though they're very limited this time, because apparently they've gone through earlier moulds of the Clone Troopers in the Black Series and not the more later fully double jointed ones. And this is notable through the elbows, because they're double jointed too, but they feel more like a ball hinge because you do have the triceps as well. Ball hinges at the wrists, ball jointed torso, which again can be restricted due to the robes. Ball hinged hips, double joints at the knees with the swivel thighs, and ball joint rocker at the ankle. So same old hyper articulation, but a bit of a letdown on the fact that it's the old stuff, the style of armour for clone troopers. But that aside, it's not too big of a letdown, because you can still pose this in great poses, and I will be doing a collection update soon, because I filmed one. I put one up back in September, and I said in the video I was planning to do a follow-up update, and that shall be coming very soon, because I do have the cabinet in the room, and you can probably see it in the reflection of the poster in the background, so I'll be able to show that off when it comes. But this one is an absolute great figure. Like the robes that Obi Wan wears underneath, above the armour as well, that's all one piece. Like the cape here connects to the back piece, which connects to the skirt bit at the bottom, and then it all comes up here to the button parts at the top. And also, I didn't know if this was just on my one, but there was a few little paint problems that mine had. I'm not sure if it was just mine or whether there was a few others like this, but I'd say just watch out for it if you do have it. Of course, the only main accessory you really get this time is the lightsaber. So it's Obi-Wan's Revenge of the Sith variant, which he does have at this time. And again, that's quite a disappointment, because this Obi-Wan included the lightsabers as well, but it also included a lance and a helmet, because if you've seen the show, Obi-Wan's actually riding a swoop bike into the battle when he's fighting Dirge in the Clone Wars. That's the character he's mainly wearing the armour for. He's doing it like that. And he's actually wearing a clone helmet, and all the clones use lances to take out the IG Lancer droids, but Obi-Wan has his knocked off, and then he brings out the lightsaber, but this time it's just the lightsaber. But as usual, the blade is removable, and there is a peg on the clone belt which you can plug the lightsaber into, though it does have a hard time staying in. So there it is now, just clipped into the belt. So you could have Obi-Wan communicating maybe with a clone commander, if you have Commander Cody in the Black Series, or Captain Rex, or any. I don't know about the ARC Troopers being out yet, but if any of them come out, whatever you have, you could have Obi-Wan communicating with one of them in a battle, just showing off with this in the new armour. So yeah, this is actually a great addition to the Star Wars Black Series line. It was a surprise one, to be sure. Because when I saw it unveiled, I was a bit like, really, they're going for this and not the Clone Wars variants from these TV series? But I thought, you know what, it's been a while since we've had a Clone Armour Obi-Wan, the other one being the one I just showed earlier, the 3/4" one. So, you know, it's good to see, and it's good to see Hasbro dive into the Legends timeline some more, as I said again, rather than fans' choices. So that's a great figure to add to the collection. And the last little accessory I included is this thing here, and that is a stand. And some of these have been included already. One with the Dianogue, the Luke Skywalker in the trash compactor, which I do have, and the Jet Trooper. And what this stand basically has is a foot slot, and you can basically slide Obi-Wan's foot into there and then stand him on the shelf with poses. And I think this is a good thing, but also not a good thing at the same time, because however much of the stand doesn't get used, it's like wasted space on shelves if you plan to display loads of them together. And this is mainly with the Luke, because with Obi-Wan it stands in perfectly well, but with Luke it doesn't seem to fit in too well. Like, it rests enough to stop him falling over, but Obi-Wan, you can have him in properly and it'll stay in when you pick him up. But yeah, I'd be in more favour of a stand with a peg, or because I've started using blue tack to keep my figures stuck down on the shelves, and that does the job a lot better in my case, because it holds them down. It doesn't take up any extra space, so I have more room to put down my figures on. But yeah, I'm just gonna give you a good look. I'm actually gonna see if I can zoom into the photoreal face. You can have a proper look there at it and really realise just how much it looks like Ewan McGregor. And it's even becoming more real, because if any of you have seen the new Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep, because Ewan McGregor plays Danny Torrance in that, and he actually looks like this for the first bit of the movie. I won't say the first half, but from about 50 minutes in the movie, about because we first see him as an adult about 15-20 minutes in, and then for about 40 minutes he actually looks like this, and it's pretty cool when you think about it. But yeah, that is really great. I'll just zoom back out from it now. Yeah. And it's also not the last news, because we recently received word that Ewan McGregor is returning as Obi Wan for a spin-off series 2 that'll take place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, which is exactly where I think there's a good storyline to take place, and that will come in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But I'm very much looking forward to that and seeing how it plays out. But we've currently got the Rise of Skywalker and the Mandalorian and the Clone Wars continuation still to look forward to, so still a little while to wait, but that's plenty there to be excited for. But yeah, that is Obi Wan in Clone Armour from the Black Series, often dubbed Clone Commander Obi Wan, because he is a general in the series, but given that the thing's not canon now, and just putting it in a canon timeline, I think it's just calling him Clone Commander Obi Wan. I think it'd be cool if they could bring back a story in canon where he wears this armour again, like maybe one prior to the Clone Wars movie, just something around that time period where he wears this armour just once more, because he does wear clone armour in the Clone Wars, as we know, but you know, just one more time, just to look back on it and see him in this form once again. I just think it would be cool, but you can't get everything, you know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed looking at Clone Commander Obi Wan Kenobi from the Black Series, and there's a full final look at him from all there. But I shall be back with some more reviews very soon after this one, and if you like this video, do drop a like down there, and do leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can find out when I'm updating the next time. But yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.